welcome to Purple Studios, Madly.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. It's something I wanted to set up, this whole sort of guest podcast, come and have a conversation, because I love speaking to artists and characters about their sort of journey, but also their sort of like connection to the generations before them, people who've influenced them. Particularly my grandma has been a massive influence on me. And I was like really curious about other people's grandmas and grandparents and so. So without further ado, Madly, tell us who you are.
So yeah, my name is Madly, like Madly in Love.
Oh really? Madly in Love?
Like Madly, so that's what I'm saying, so that people don't misspell it.
Okay.
MADLY. I'm a French, like a Parisian singer, rapper and poet, multilingual artist. Been living in Bristol for about 10 years now. Absolutely love it. And yeah, I'm part of a fair few projects in Bristol. And yeah,
Cool.
that's me.
Awesome. Did you grow up doing music?
No, not at all. I got into it, well, from an outsider when my brother got into music. And he started with his first band back in Paris, and they got quite like big there, and I was the biggest fan, and I was just like, I want to be part of it. And also my brother is just like, I just wanted to do everything he was doing. So that's what makes me probably start like singing when I was alone, just being like, maybe one day I can just be like, I can sing too.
Sure, yeah.
Let's have a band together. So yeah.
Did you and your brother, like when you decided to get into music, you play together or you?
Like the only memory that I have when around that time, which is like like maybe about like 20 years ago, he was practicing in his room, and he was to practice he was doing this song. I can't remember what it was now, but I knew the lyrics, and I was like, can I try with you? Like, let's practice together. And I actually hit the right note that worked with his voice, and I was just like, oh, maybe I can do something. And from there, I just like, behind closed doors, started doing my thing.
Had like a sibling harmony moment, maybe.
Yeah, there was just a moment, really. Like, we still haven't released any music together.
Okay.
Well, we did a little project recently, but we may talk about it later.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to hear about it. And have you had any like favorite moments in music just for you personally, whether that's performing or something you've experienced?
In terms of like receiving, in terms of like in the audience.
Yeah, maybe like you played a show which like you'll never forget or something like that.
I think when I opened Boomtown,
Oh yeah.
the first time I did it, which was 2023, which was the first time that I played in front of like a sea of people, and I was so frightened, but I just did it, and like I was just like, okay, I can do that, and also people enjoy me doing that. I think that was the first time I was just like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, I actually remember seeing the photos. You were wearing this incredible, was that right? You were wearing this outfit, which is like
the silver thing with that massive puffy blue things, like, yeah.
How did that come about, the outfit? Did they make that for you? Or?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Okay.
So there was an incredible designer called Zephyr who made the outfit for the entire opening ceremony on both stages. Quite a lot of work. There's like a lot of us. She works with obviously a full team, but like, yeah, she's so talented, and yeah, love to work with her.
So I know you're a singer, but I just want to make it clear for everyone. You sing, but do you play instruments as well?
Not in public.
Yeah, just for yourself.
Not in public, yeah. So I can play a bit of piano. Cool. I lost quite a lot of it because I don't practice anymore. And then I started learning the bass, but I was too impatient, and I just wanted to like do those crazy slapping things, and my teacher was like, no, we need to. I was like, oh no, too long.
Yeah, too long.
So yeah, other than that, I've got a loop pedal.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So that's what I work with the most when I do stuff on my own. That's how I created actually my first EP on my own before sending it to like producers to be like, this is what is in my brain, and like make it sound good.
Sure, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Is like you're using a loop pedal using your voice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My voice, some keys still, and then whatever noises, like a spoon against a glass, like it can be like I don't know, like noises. I like noises. Yeah.
So throughout this time, I mean, I always ask musicians, artists, you know, there's always bumps in the road on this journey when you're doing something unusual, or you're doing art or something. I was wondering if you'd have any like things that have happened that you learned from, mistakes, maybe something that you sort of like look back and think, well, that happened, but I really learned, you know, I learned a good lesson from that.
I think the first thing that comes to my mind is like, don't say yes to everything.
Oh, that's a good one.
Don't say yes to everything, because you end overdoing. And if you overdo, either you don't have, like, you're not at your best capacity of doing it, or even if you provide the quality, at the back end, you're just drained and like you burn out, and it's just not good, because then it leads to a certain amount of time when you have to like recover in a way. So yeah.
That's great. I wish somebody told me that like 10 years ago.
I wish I told myself like 20 years ago.
Oh, nice. And are there any like maybe sayings or quotes that have stuck with you throughout like your life? Like anything personal, or usually I ask like, is there like a saying that resonates with you? Perhaps in French. I don't know if you have something from your childhood.
Like that, like, yeah, okay. Like for my life, not just
Yeah,
music,
just
or
life,
like I would say be true to yourself and trust your instinct.
I mean, I totally agree with both of those.
Yeah.
It's funny, it seems so simple to do, but it's hard.
It's
It's
hard.
harder than
It's
it
way
seems.
harder than it sounds. Yeah.
For sure. Well, yeah, sorry, before the tea gets cold, you should. I have a gift for you. I just give like a mystery box gift to everyone who visits the Purple Studio.
I like gifts.
So here you go, Madly. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Can I open now?
Yeah, open it now, sure.
Ooh.
I want to see if you guess what this is.
Well, I'm assuming there's some spices that you used to cook.
Oh, this is my grand's recipe. Everyone gets a little bit. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if you like curries, but we're crowdfunding a cookbook.
Okay.
And that's her spice blend. So
oh, wow.
She makes that every 3 months, so you can try it.
Okay.
You can have a smell if you want.
Yes, I will actually. Yes, please.
Yeah, it's pretty banging.
Yes, please. Okay.
But I would love to know if you can guess what that thing is.
That in there?
Oh no, this thing.
This thing? What, it's like a disposer, isn't it? No?
Have another guess. I mean, if you guess it, I'd be so surprised.
Oh, hold on. There's a guitar. I don't know. So it's like a red man with sunglasses and a hat. I think maybe having a cigar in his mouth, wearing a suit. He doesn't have legs, but his upper body is sat on a, how do you call it, like a tin, like a
barrel.
A barrel, that's the word. And in his right hand, he's holding, actually it's too small for a guitar, maybe a violin case.
So he kind of looks like he could be from The Godfather, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a really silly gift, but I really like silly gifts.
Yeah.
So what you do is you put it in your pasta water, and depending on how well cooked the pasta is, it plays a different song. Stop. Yeah. That's cool. And I think it plays the Godfather theme tune. So
I'm eating pasta tonight.
when you eat pasta, like stick it in there.
I will.
And when it's cooked, it plays the song, I think.
Okay.
There's some instructions, but yeah, it's a very weird gift.
I love it. I really love it. That's cool. Thank you.
So yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming through to the studio.
Yeah.
And usually I ask guests to bring a little something, a souvenir of their own to share.
Yeah.
Have you got something for us?
I've got something, but you can't keep it.
No, of course, just for memories.
So yeah, I've got this object, which is a Cameroonian mask, like decoration that you put on the wall. It's quite long oval. I think it's a female with like a thin nose and pointy lips. And yeah, basically I can't remember exactly where this subject comes from, but I always, from my earliest memory, remember it was in all the houses I've lived in. And then when I moved to England on my own, I was like, I need a piece of family with me. So I was like, Mom, can I please take this?
Amazing.
And I just assumed that it was my grandma, and I got it tattooed on my leg actually.
Really?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
What kind of, is it made out of like some sort
I've
of
got
dark,
no
like
idea. Like, yeah,
ebony or something? Yeah, it's beautiful.
very dark wood, yeah.
And was that in your grandparents' house as well, you reckon?
I
Or
don't know. I can't remember. I was very young. I just remember it in my mum's house and just being like, one day will be mine.
sure.
And here it is.
Was she happy to pass it on? or
Yeah, I
did you have
didn't.
to
Yeah. I didn't know how to fight my mum. No. I was just like, Mum. She was like, okay.
Amazing. So a big part of this podcast, I really love speaking about relationships, like intergenerational relationships.
Mhm.
And I was wondering did your grandma or granddad have any influences on you in your journey now, whether it's music or just general, like life?
Sadly, they both passed away quite a while ago,
Okay.
before I was a proper adult. But I would always remember like the positivity of the both of them, especially my grandma. I remember just like the laughter. Like my grandma was very, very ticklish, and
Ticklish.
yeah, and I was just like, that's your time right now. And I
Amazing.
remember when with my brother and my cousins, we were like, 3, 2, 1,
And then like,
go, and we all go,
jump
and
on.
she was like, ah, like I would always remember that sound,
that's
like that
so
just brings
beautiful.
me joy. So yeah.
Wow. And did she was she a good cook? Did she?
Oh yeah, she was.
And your grandfather, did he cook? Was he?
Not that I remember,
Okay.
but like yeah, my grandma made the best dishes. My favorite dish is still my grandma's dish.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's called a pilé plantain,
Okay.
which is like a plantain puree. I would describe it as like a plantain puree with like kidney beans and like peanut oil.
Oh my God, it sounds amazing.
Yeah, I'm
Wow.
probably missing some ingredients there. I haven't tried to make it yet, but yeah, after my grandma's passed, then my mum was like, I need to make some for her, and I was like, Mum, it's good, but it's not that good, you know. Like
Wow.
it's like yeah, only my grandma could make it.
That's wild.
Yeah.
The ingredient combination to me sounds like my dream.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I'll
amazing.
practice, and then one day you can come to my house and I'll make it for you.
I would be honored. I'd be totally honored. Have you got anywhere in Bristol that you love eating, a favorite spot?
Yeah, I don't eat out a lot, but I do. Do I have to pick one, or do I have to?
Just anything that you're like, I would love to give them a shout out because it's dope.
Okay, so La Guinguette, which
What
is a
is
French restaurant on the corner of Zetland Road,
Okay.
on Gloucester Road. Yeah, it's just incredible. Like everything is like actually French, and it's made perfectly by French people.
Wow.
The vibe there is like I feel like I'm in Paris.
Really?
So like when I'm having like do you say homesick?
Homesick.
Yeah, when I'm feeling homesick, I'm like, guys, I'm coming, and they're just like, just come in, and I'm just like, oh, it feels
Amazing.
good.
What's the restaurant called again, sir?
La Guinguette.
Okay, I've never heard of it. I
Yeah.
need to check it out.
Yeah, La Guinguette. And then I would say maybe the Grace on Gloucester Road.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Gorgeous. Well, those are two places I haven't been. I know of the Grace, but I should check it out. We'll definitely be taste testing some of my grandma's recipes in a bit.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, cool. Oh damn. Here you go. There's a recipe from the cookbook. My gran made it last night. Okay, bon appetit.
Bon appetit. Merci. So tell me a little bit about this dish then, please.
So, sorry, I say like a. For me, it's like a childhood dish for me. This is called aloo gobi, which is potato and cauliflower curry. But this is a real staple of like, you know, growing up. It's like a cheap everyday dish, you know. Super tasty, relatively healthy. Super healthy. It's got I think it's got cabbage in as well.
It's really good.
It has like my grandma's spice blend. Like all the curries use the same spice blend, and with some sort of additional or some change.
Mm.
I hope it's not too spicy, is it?
I'm from Cameroon. Don't you worry. I'm fine, thank you.
But yeah, basically we would grow up with this like as kids, and like, yeah, this would be an everyday meal. And there's a few different versions. There's like this, but then you have like some hard-boiled eggs like cooked into it as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's interesting actually. Like there's a lot of vegetarian recipes in the book because like for my grandma growing up, she like meat was such a like privilege, you know, like you'd have it once a week
Mm.
if you're lucky. So they had to make like vegetarian food taste really good,
Mm.
you know? Yeah, it would just be one of those things where like she kind of mastered vegetarian food, and like my generation, me and my brother are so used to like having access to meat that we have very little experience cooking vegetarian food, you know? So it's always a treat to eat her vegetarian food.
Yeah. The opposite of a experience, basically.
What's the cuisine like in Cameroon? You say Cameroon?
Cameroon, yeah. Loads of chicken.
Mm.
Don't even know yeah, loads of like from my memory. Also, like I was born and raised in France, but my mum moved to France as an adult. So like, you know, I'm French, but I had like Cameroonian upbringing.
Okay.
So yeah, loads of chicken, loads of manioc, loads of what's the word? There's like dishes like ndole, like I don't know. I'll say the words you want me.
Sure, we can search them up.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, very, very tasty, very, yeah, texture and spices and smells and yeah.
And it was very spicy food?
Not too spicy. There is some specific, not items, but like specific things that were like very, very spicy. I remember this thing called kilishi.
Okay.
That you had either the mild one or the very spicy one. And as a child, my mom was like, "You're not allowed the spicy one because the spicy one is spicy." And I was like, "If you say don't touch the red button, I'm gonna touch the red button." And yeah, I was doing this basically like in my childhood when my mom was not looking, and that's why like I got immune for like spicy foods.
Okay.
I don't eat enough of like proper spicy food in like, you know, actual taste like this. Like my spicy food here is more like sriracha and
Sure.
like cayenne pepper and stuff, but I want like the stew flavors. I want the, you know the one.
Yeah, I know the
I'm
one.
not teaching you anything.
Oh no, it's nice to hear because I feel like, I mean, my fresh one's pretty good. We mainly have like Punjabi cooking. We use a lot of bird's eye chilies, like the green ones. And you never know with them. Like the bigger ones generally are kind of more chilled from my experience. But if you have the tinier ones, they're like way more dangerous.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah. People think it's usually the opposite, but no. The smallest one are actually the spiciest ones.
And in Cameroon, do they have their own like spice blends and sort of like a standard spice blend that they would use? Like in India, garam masala is like the main sort of one of the main spice blends.
I studied. I'm not so connected to Cameroon anymore to know or remember or anything. You know, last time I went to Cameroon was 27 years ago.
Oh wow, okay.
So it's been a while. I need to go back. Yeah.
Would you like to go back?
Definitely. Last time I went was with my older brother, and I think I was like three of my cousins. And we are like the first generation of my generation. I really would like to go back with them, but also show like the other 20 youngest.
Sure.
To just like this is where we come from, and this is like, yeah.
Do you
I love
feel
that.
more connected to France and Paris growing up in that feels like home for you?
Yeah, definitely. Like Paris is my home. Paris is like, you know, French is my first language out of three. Like when I cook food, I cook more French food than I cook Cameroonian food.
Okay,
Like,
cool.
you know, when I cook food that is like from Africa, I tend to actually cook from like more like North Africa, like Morocco and stuff like this.
Okay.
I love cooking, so I'll cook like I'll try out different countries. Like that was one of my things for 2025 is like try to do every week or every 2 weeks a dish from a different country. But yeah, I still haven't made my grandma's dish, so I need to do that.
I'm ready, man. Like, you let me know.
Yeah.
Just give me a day of time.
I'll do it.
I'm down. I'm so down. But yeah, I mean, are you a bit of a chef when it comes to French food? Like, you can cook good French food?
I would say so.
Cool.
Well, I enjoy what I cook.
What's your dish of choice if you're cooking?
Winter, I would say a tartiflette.
Okay.
Which is, do you know what it is?
I feel like I've tried it before, yeah.
It's like potatoes.
Are they like layered?
Yeah, but like not like a lasagna, like it's more like in the thing with like lardon, which is bacon basically, but like the small pieces of it.
The squares, chunks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loads of cream, loads of onions, loads of cheese. Like it's probably the most unhealthy dish, but that's my favorite dish in France, HOA.
Are you one for like desserts as well? Are you a pastry kind of person?
Not anymore. I used to be when I was younger, but I lost my sweet tooth. Yeah.
Probably a good thing for you.
Probably. What? That's why I have all my teeth now.
Yeah. But yeah, really, to summarize, thank you for coming through.
Yeah.
We've really loved having you.
And thank you for having me again.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure to like hear about your journey and like share a bit of food with you. Yeah, this is all about sharing the sort of message of my grandma's legacy in food and sort of bringing people in to see, yeah, what their sort of like connection to their past generations have been. So thanks so much for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
Wicked.